delivery and nanomedicine with the pharmaceutical aspects of industry. And this session is organized jointly with the APV, with the drug delivery section. The first speaker, Heiko Friemer, will talk about the EU Horizon 2020 program and what it offers to those that want to innovate with funding from the European Commission towards the future of medicine. Heiko, please.
Okay, so thank you very much. I would like to talk about Horizon 2020 and explain how Horizon 2020 can be helpful for funding of research, nanomedicine research, but also other medical research. So we'll make a short overview of the program. Where we come from is in FP7, the predecessor of Horizon 2020 that ended last year as far as funding starting projects is concerned. But now we're in Horizon 2020 since 2014, and Horizon 2020 will run until 2020. Well, for the nanomedicine, the Commission has always been in close contact with the European Technology Platform for Nanomedicine. It was originally a group that highlighted the importance of nanomedicine and got in touch with the Commission, and then they set together up activities in this field. So the ETPN gives inputs on research priorities and policies through vision papers, Vision 2020 it was called at the time, strategic research agendas that indicate what kind of research has to be done, and roadmaps, and white papers, for instance, about new policies for stimulating small and medium-sized enterprises, or say how to build up a good ecosystem of SMEs and research organizations in Europe. The first strategic vision was published in 2005. Nowadays the ETPN has 144 member organizations in Europe, so it's quite a big organization, and working groups in several areas, work on priority areas, so nanopharmaceuticals, diagnostics and imaging, and regenerative medicine. Then the ETPN has an annual event and general assembly, and it co-organizes this CLINAM conference. So you've no doubt that you've seen ETPN around with brokerage activities and other presentations. Well, seen where nanomedicine is nowadays, it was concluded that there has been a lot of progress made, and that the basic principles are functioning, that it has been proven in the laboratory. We can actually manufacture nanoparticles, even quite complex ones. But now the main challenge is to make the technology robust, so to translate it so that it can be used in the hospitals, and that the companies can manufacture nanomedicine products. That means that pilot manufacturing becomes very important for a pilot scale of quantities of nanomedicines, that there needs to be nano characterization and also clinical testing possibilities. Nanomedicine was very well covered in Framework Program 7. In the NMP program, that is one of the programs in FP7, we had 85 projects funded for 400 million euro, and these projects involved about 240 SMEs, small medium-sized enterprises. Then there were more than 31 projects in the health program, which is really the medical program, with 150 million funding, and there were also projects funded by the European Research Council for frontier basic research, in the ICT program for micro nano biosystems, the People Program, Marie Curie training bursaries and training networks, in Euro-Nanomed, which is jointly a program jointly by the member states where they coordinate their funding, and Eurostars, which is also another program that is implemented by the Commission together with the member states, and they join funding. So altogether, that is probably above 600 million euro in funding. Well, we funded projects in many areas. So, for instance, the last call of FP7 was on fighting antibiotic-resistant bacterial diseases, of course, using nanotechnology. And 3 projects were funded from this call. The call before that was therapy and diagnosis of atherosclerosis. 2 projects, Nano Atero and Cosmofos Nano. They're both here in the conference as well. Then there are projects running on delivery of biological drugs across biological barriers, especially to facilitate oral administration of drugs. Therapy of Alzheimer's disease, the NUT project, improved cochlear implants, nano-C, diagnosis and therapy of diabetes and immune diseases, and this ERANET. So this is just a sample of projects, but there are many more. For instance, also many projects on biomaterials that are making biomaterials for implants. So we go now to the new generation of research project. There will be more emphasis on translation and characterization, late preclinical and clinical testing. And Horizon 2020 will again give opportunities for that. There will also, I'll come back to that later. Well, Horizon 2020 has a budget of 77 billion euro. It has 3 main pillars. The first one is called Excellent Science, where the basic research is taking place with 24 billion euro. Then industrial leadership, which is more on, say, developing industrial technologies with 17 billion. And societal challenges, which includes the health program with 30 billion euro. So I've made a heat map so that you can see where most of the nanomedicine research is probably going to take place. In Excellent Science, you see again the European Research Council for basic research, Marie Curie training, Curie actions for bursaries and training networks, especially for training PhDs, and research infrastructures when it is about setting up new research infrastructures like for, say, characterizing nanomaterials or for setting up clinical testing centers. Then in leadership in enabling and industrial technologies, there will be projects. This is the follow-up of the NMP program in Horizon 2020. The NMP program stands for Nanomaterials, Nanotechnologies, Materials and Production Technologies. So these are really industrial technologies, but in the case of nanomedicine, applied to pharmaceuticals and medical products. And then in the societal challenges, we have the program Health that is doing medical research, a big program with 7.5 billion euro. Where especially say the clinical testing projects take place and late preclinical testing. And there is also, of course, very important for this session, the Innovative Medicines Initiative, IMI2, which is the pharmaceutical branch of the program, where the pharmaceutical industry funds pharmaceutical projects together with the Commission. And the total budget there is about 3.5 billion euro, with the half coming from the Commission and the half coming from the European pharmaceutical industry, the FPA. Industrial leadership. This is the Industrial Technologies Program. We've just talked about it. 17 billion euro. What do we find here? Especially development of the key enabling technologies, which includes micro and nano electronics and photonics in the ICT program. Also e-health. So everything that has to do with software and programs that are applied to the health and medical field. And also computing, of course, if you want to make new chips for health. And then ambient assistant living program. Plus we have nanotechnologies, advanced materials, biotechnologies, advanced manufacturing and processing. So those are the main areas. Well, the key enabling technologies are very important for the future of the European industry. So those are particularly stimulated. The 6 we've just mentioned them, but nanotechnologies, advanced materials, micro and nano electronics, photonics, biotechnology and advanced manufacturing. The high-level group on CATS has initially advised to set up a program to stimulate CATS and to especially stimulate pilot activity, so translate from laboratory to industrial manufacturing, which is really the weak point in Europe in the moment. The main priorities for the CATS: technology development and validation, aiming at industrial deployment of the key enabling technologies, working across the lines of strategic research agendas and roadmaps and value chains. Several CATS can of course be combined in one product, especially nanomedicine. You have also always nanotechnology, you have biotechnology, you have advanced manufacturing, quite often photonics. There have already been calls evaluated even in the moment in Horizon 2020. Examples: scale up of nanopharmaceutical production, networking of SMEs in the nano-biomedical sector to help them with the translation, biomaterials for the treatment of diabetes mellitus, nanomedicine therapy for cancer next year, and for Alzheimer's disease. That is also in work program 2015. Well, apart from Horizon 2020, there is a lot of other funding, around 80 billion available for stimulating innovation that is coming from the EU through the European regional structural and investment funds that run in parallel with Horizon 2020. And this funding is provided through the European Union together with the national and regional authorities co-funding. So if you want to get that funding, you need to talk with your regional or national programs, and they make a program to stimulate the economy and employment in their field. And if they mention, for instance, biomedical topics, then there will be topics on nanomedicine probably possible also. So make use of these opportunities. And then, of course, there is a lot of information available about Horizon 2020 on the internet.
Okay, thank you very much, Heiko, for this excellent overview. We are moving now on. We have afterwards half an hour of questions and answers for the